welcome back to
BAMZOOKi World Championship Season 2.
in which we are back into the group stages, looking at Group A here. This is how things left off after the first round. Shu is Cool, our current champion, in the lead with 3 points after a 3-0 win over Corrupted Zooks, with DT Media Group close behind. I'm joined by Devil Panda 555 to commentate on the next round of matches.
Hello, and I'm joined by PLATePUSS, who you heard earlier.
That's me.
And probably saw in a previous round, because they're also a Zook. But, yes, it's a pretty even spread across Group A. I guess let's jump straight in. Let's see how the competition unfolds from here. There's all to play for.
So the first team in our next match is DT Media Group, sent in by Double AA Battery. A lot of colourful Zooks in that team, and they're playing against the current leaders of the group, Shu is Cool, who look like an absolute force to be reckoned with once again.
So DT Media Battery looked pretty strong in their first round, but Shu is the title holder, so I would be scared if I was them going into this.
And the first event we're going to play is Dodgy Zook, and we've got Coffee Cup Nudella for DT Media Group, with those unblinking, unflinching, remorseless eyes.
Imagine you wake up in the night and you just see those eyes staring back at you. It's scary. It's scary.
And that's exactly what is going to happen to Ice Shard, maybe.
Ice Shard's going to wake up in the middle of a Dodgy Zook round and see Nudella looking at them dead in the eye with their own eyes. Dodgy Zook! Let's go. Ice Shard is already hits the first block. Nudella takes the lead. Ice Shard, however, has that straight line speed. It's much faster. They have maneuverability and they take the competition. Nudella stuck on the middle of Dodgy Zook. Those little front hooks hooking towards the face. They did not help getting around the Dodgy Zook. They were more of a hindrance than an aid in this competition.
Yeah, but Ice Shard, with that sleek shape and the wibbly wobbly movement, perfect for just look at that, swerving between all the doors, makes it look so easy.
Streamlined, very
I know
aerodynamic.
firsthand, I know that's not easy.
You see, yeah, if anything, it'll be good to see how your personal experience in these competitions from the ground view. I've only seen from up top. I've only had a managerial role here.
The next contest is Weakest Zook. And we've got Fanta Battery for DT Media Group with those gliding legs. Look at that.
Fanta Battery was actually the victim of the world records loss last time, and is up against Ice Barrage,
the current world record holder for Zook Sumo.
Yes.
So,
yeah. I'm wondering if we might see another world record situation unless Fanta Battery gets their act together and acts like Fanta and Batteries should. But that was a sheer display of power from our icy foe here.
No mercy there from Ice. That truly was an ice barrage. That's what it looks like.
That was
if you get barraged by ice.
I was thinking it's going to be a BAMZOOKi World Championship record, and once again it is.
That is a new record. That is 1.78 seconds. And it's Zook Ball in the next round.
Shadow Dawn enters the arena. That flat front, good for Zook Ball. I am a strong believer, and you need a flat front for Zook Ball. I don't believe in any of these angled situations. Ice Cycle, though, those scoops, useful for picking up a ball.
Yeah, but two very similar front end designs here. Shadow Dawn is taking their shot first, so let's see how this pans out.
They look like cousins, perhaps. Maybe cousins who are. So did that go in? It looked like it hit the back and crossed the line fully.
We're gonna have to go to VAR.
It didn't fully cross the line.
No, you can see it. Ice Cycle did just enough to keep that out.
Oh, that little pivot was perfect. They are looking so similar. Like Shadow Dawn's the evil twin of Ice Cycle, and Ice Cycle takes their position on the penalty spot. They are staring down their evil twin. Oh, that was a little sidestep, a little flourish there. Yeah. I like that.
They somehow sent Shadow Dawn the wrong way. Did Icicle give him the eyes? Is that what happened?
It's like
they started going out to the left. Did you see that?
Yeah,
and swerved in. So good.
Look,
so
that little
technique.
Flip, that little flip flap. What if I just make up skills for you? That's a classic noodle on the straw situation.
And here comes Shadow Dawn with shot number 2, and it's similar to the first time.
Bounced out, ice cycle. They're pushed into the back wall, but they hold firm.
You know what? I can see the wisdom in having the angled face. Because with this flat front is just like sending it straight into ice cycle every time.
Ice cycle's final shot. Let's see if they make it a 2-0 goal victory over Shadow Dawn. I think they've essentially won this event already, but let's just see. And in a powerful display, pop it right in the back right corner. Very fluid.
So I think that was 2-0, which is a joint BAMZOOKi World Championship record with Overheat from season 1.
The list of BAMZOOKi World Championship records for Zook Ball is going to be too long.
It's whatever. It's done now. So that is a 3-0 victory for Shu is Cool over DT Media Group. So that gives them a very commanding position in the table right now.
The Shu Rampage continues.
And then we're going to see the other 2 teams in Group A compete against each other. We've got Corrupted Zooks with fan favourites like Red Rocket.
We love Red Rocket. There's a fan group that's been made recently, and a wiki as well. Canary Wolf, previous an old veteran of the sport. Once again entering the ring. Interested to see how this newcomer and Canary Wolf pair up.
We've got Dodgy Zook as the first event, and Nasha 3.0 is going to be the choice for Corrupted Zooks.
Nasha 3 reminds me of the Total Wipeout course. They have the same colour scheme.
Ah, yeah. Maybe a tiny little Zook could like jump across the Nash's back.
Yeah. And then Richard Hammond could commentate and say ha 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 as you fall into water. Stingfire enters, and maybe it'll do some stinging and firing. And Nasha 3, astronomically has an incredibly fast acceleration compared to a Stingfire. It gets a little caught on these revolving doors, these sliding doors. Stingfire falling behind, and that was a clear, undisputed victory. Stingfire does a little lap of the sliding door. Not entirely sure why. Maybe trying to scout it out for future rounds. Ends up getting caught, stuck before the end of the line.
Disgrace for Stingfire, but strong performance from Nasha. Look at that, straight through the first 2 doors, easy.
Yeah. I feel like Nasha 3 puts a little intimidation into people's other teams. Stingfire does the opposite of that. Makes me feel calm, like a meditation app.
Ready Steady Zook is next. And we've got Silverfish for Corrupted Zooks. Looks like it's got a very good turning circle, which I think is going to play into its hands. And then we've got Bulldozer for Canary Wolf.
The complete opposite of Silverfish in terms of an ethos, of the design ethos. Big, large, bulky. Silverfish, slim, fast, sleek, like a fish. Silverfish goes around the arena with pretty relative ease. There's a few pins knocked over. That back end, at the far end of the table, was not executed that well, but speed was good and stayed on the course, which is more than we can say for some other competitors. 16 is not a bad score. We've seen worse. Bulldozer, its name is. I don't think this is suited to this event. And I'm going to say that because I think its mindset is the wrong mindset because of what just happened, which is it went round almost seemingly intentionally trying to bulldoze the entire course.
Bulldozer by name, bulldozer by nature. You can take the bulldozer out of the bull.
But you can't take the dozer out of
the bull.
Bull. And that's words to live by.
That's God's truth.
That's God's truth. That's Genesis, verse 14, line 3.
Corrupted Zooks win 2-0 up, but there's still one more contest.
Tranchally enters. Tranchally is a very, very speedy design, very nimble, but so is Squish It. More similar ethos here. Squish It seems to have a much more of a larger turning circle and glides a lot more, less control.
But Squish It is the quickest Zook in the whole competition. So
actually,
yeah.
I'm excited to see how fast it goes here.
So they're playing Zook tag and off they go.
It's definitely fast. It's not. Oh, that is. It turns. It doesn't have a lot of control, but it definitely is much faster. So fast it can knock. With such speed, it can knock Tranchally just by being more powerful. I'm wondering if it's going to fly off the course, and it does fly off the course. Oh, that is the worst nightmare that Squishy could ever had. It's not like it's unexpected though. It was definitely out of control from the offset. It was powerful, surprisingly strong to knock Tranchly so far, but she didn't have control. Can Tranchly, or I presume Tranchly has been able to make up the Zook tag markers in time. It's already make up quite a lot. I think this is a win for Tranchly, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's what we're going to see as the outcome eventually.
Yeah, it's just a question of going for the record here. Can Tranchly beat Inky Dinky's record from earlier? Not quite. 13 to 6.
Record is 15. Let's keep that in mind. Squish It was doing well. That knock was a strong move, a good tactic from Squish It. It's round here when Squish It does this large arc and it doesn't have the control to bring it back into the center of the table, and then Tranchly just cleans up.
And so after those two matches, how does that affect the table? Well, Shu is cool, far out in the lead with 6 points. I think they're pretty much a lock for the next round. The other 3 teams are all joint with 2 points each, so still all to play for the second and third place in the group.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I think Shu is cool has essentially got the number 1 seed now by default.
I think, yeah, I think they're guaranteed to top the group because no one else can catch them. But let's move on to Group B. A Fine Day and Team JB are currently at the top of the table, but it's all very close. So let's go into our next match, which is going to be between Apex Industries, sent in by the Waltham, and they're facing off against none other than Mad Gills.
Your team enters once again.
Yeah.
How you feeling about this? You're gonna feel.
Well,
you need to like make up some ground from your 1 point deficit to the current leaders.
And also, this is a sort of a rematch from season 1, where this was the moment where in the final match of the group stages, Mighty Bob just missed out. To
that's a close
Excalibur.
finish.
Yeah, a chance for redemption here for Mad Gills. But the first match is going to be Zook Tag. And we've got Excalibur Mark V that inflicted that crushing blow last time around.
I don't know if Excalibur Mark V is that suited to Zook Tag. It's got a bit of a glide. I'm not a fan of the gliders in this event. And Sharkist, exact opposite. Feet on the ground, very stable. Powers along. And Sharkist might be slower, but more stable. Excalibur takes the first point. And Sharkist takes the next. And Sharkist has the turning stop. Actually, they're probably around the same speed, which is a bit of an issue. Oh, but no. Oh, that's interesting. They both got up. Well, 3 points got. Us 4 points got. It's a draw.
It's 2-2, yeah.
So we're going to have to play a 4th event at the end of this. Arguably, a pretty smart but a little bit dirty tactic of dragging your opposition down if you think you can take them in future events. If you have better squad depth. Have you talked to Anne Sharkist about their strategy into this? Why it occurred? Or?
Well, let me tell you. Anne Sharkist received no instructions from me other than to just play it safe, play it by the books. Maybe Anne Sharkist went rogue in the moment.
Anne Sharkist by name, Anne Sharkist by nature.
Zook Marbles is up next, and we're going to see Marauder Mark II.
Marauder Mark II is a powerful beast. Again, fearful. Look at those back arrows. But Dumpy Bob is also a strong creature. I don't know which is faster. It's hard to tell because Dumpy Bob is so large it makes the software lag. So, what? Wait, what's happened here? Well, okay, I have questions. Okay, what's this?
When I started this up, the first thing that happens is Marauder just overbalances and falls off the edge. So. That's going to be a victory for Dumpy Bob.
Wow, okay. That's a fortunate win for you.
It was, but it kind of balances out with the Merry-Go Zook one earlier, so
there's one lesson we've learnt here. It's test your Zooks. Practice makes perfect. Or practicing at all makes
better.
It means you can do the event. This is Group B is an interesting series. There's a lot of DNFs in Group B so far.
Group B has very chaotic energy.
It does.
Zook Ball is going to be the next contest. And Corsair Mark 1 is stepping up for Apex Industries with that sleek design, looking like an F1 car.
Strider Wave
takes... If it had legs.
If it had legs. The F1 car with legs would be a terrifying creature. Strider Wave. I could see both these being quite good at Zook Ball. That front face of your opponent, though, I'm a bit dubious of it. It's got speed. And Strider Wave clears it out, but knocks it into their own goal! Oh! Chaotic energy really is the theme of Group B. Chaos runs rampant. Corsair Mark 1. All they had, they did a good effort, put it in. Strider Wave controlled the situation though, but chose to use that for evil.
Again, I don't know what Strider Wave was thinking. In the team talk earlier, I was very clear, don't kick it into your own net. What did Strider Wave do?
I was there. That was
Absolute mad.
I overheard that team talk. That was the one thing you said. You were like, listen, Strider Wave, get your act together. Don't kick into the own net.
Strider Wave just wants to see goals. I respect that.
The second shot. Let's see if
Corsair, let's have a look. Look at that technique.
And it's
Just
a goal.
carries it into the net. Makes it look so easy.
It's like air gliding in the wind. Can air glide in wind?
I guess it does. I guess that's what wind is. Drop your thoughts in the comments on that. Meanwhile, we've got Strider Wave with their final kick.
Well, if this is a goal, then this means it's a draw again. I don't know how this plays out. This will be an interesting.
Well, we're gonna have to go to a fifth round. In the meantime, we've got Weakest Zook.
Weakest Zook. These events are fast and thick. Pioneer. Because we're actually running out of Zooks.
Yeah, I think this is the final Zook from each team now. This is event 4.
So Pioneer and Blue. Oh, this is an interesting matchup. The Blu-ray.
Yeah. I knew I had Blu-ray left. I was thinking, hopefully not Weakest Zook or Zook Sumo. Hopefully, as long as it's not either of those, and look what it is, it's Weakest Zook.
Well, neither of them are that strong, but you gotta say that Pioneer is definitely, looks the stronger of the two. Maybe Blu-ray has some pushing power well, Pioneer's not the most primed for it. It's not a world record, but it gets the job done.
Yep, that's, I could see that coming.
That little hammerhead axe at the top was not enough to hammer home a win.
1-1 at the moment.
Yes,
and we're going to go to a 5th contest with a random Zook from each team and a random event.
Dodgy Zook. That's an interesting one. Pioneer, arguably the best Zook for Dodgy Zook, I think, from their team. And let's see who we have up against Pioneer from your team. And Sharkis. You know what? Actually, I think it worked out pretty well for both of you. I can see both the situations going horribly and potentially for different Zooks. Yeah, and Sharkis, I think is a good Zook for Dodgy Zook. How do you feel about your chances?
I think it's kind of 50-50.
Okay, so Ansharkis hits the barrier immediately, but the red position always hits the barrier immediately. It's the marathon later on that matters more. But Pioneer's got a bit stuck, but Ansharkis is fully stuck. But so is Pioneer. Pioneer's not the best at Dodgy Zook, but Ansharkis, I don't know if they've left the first. They're stuck on the very first blockade, sliding door. That's not a good start.
I remember telling Ansharkis afterwards in the dressing room, I was furious. I was like, even I managed to get past the first door.
You did, and you're not primed for this. You're not primed for this.
I'm not primed for anything.
Yeah, you had to like tag in because the team member dropped out of that team. Maybe I don't know. What? Tell me the story.
It's nepotism, in short.
Nepotism. Makes the world go round, unfortunately.
2-1 to Apex Industries after all said and done. So no redemption for Mad Gills against Apex Industries.
Well, you've got a point, so it's something. So you're not out of it, but it's a precarious
things
position.
are looking bad
Yes.
for Mad Gills right now. Let's move on to the next match between Team JB, who are looking very strong in the opening round, against A Fine Day. Both impressive newcomers.
Battle of the rising stars here.
It's Zook Cubes up first, and we've got Remus for Team JB. Surprisingly fast, surprisingly strong.
Looks kind of like a rocket. Flames go a certain way. Rampage is the Zook Cube competitor from the other team. Not as fast, I would say. It's stronger at first glance.
It's got more legs.
It's got more legs.
Does it translate into power though? Let's find out.
It's got more stability, but Zook Cubes is not always about power. It's a lot about speed. Those cubes, as long as you can push them aside, it becomes a race. So Rampage falls behind, and I guess what was predicted came to pass. Rampage falls behind early on, clearly dealt with the cubes very well, but it becomes a matter of speed later on, and Team JB wins the competition over A Fine Day.
Remus had like good technique. You can see it kicks the cubes out of the way.
Yeah.
And doesn't really let them pile up.
Zook in a China shop is next with tetramethyl butane, our covalently bonded competitor. I believe covalent bonds. I think. Hydrogen and carbon, I think it's covalent.
And at the opposite end of the technical spectrum, we've got the big one.
The big one, not bonded at all. It's just big. Just big. And that mouth hopefully can eat through some of the Zook in a China shop pins. Tetramethylbutane is lining up. Cool colour, very green, but actually a very that pin shot out like a bullet. This is, you know what? Didn't expect such a strong performance from quite a small Zook. It's quite manic, which is incredibly useful for this, and it's got good ground clearance, so it doesn't get stuck. It's hitting the pins in the right order. Okay, it fell off the table. It ended poorly, but I think that's a strong performance regardless. 191.
That's a good score, and you could have maybe even hit 200 if you'd been able to stay on the table just a few seconds longer.
Yeah.
But that was strong, very chaotic for such a small Zook. Again, Group B, just madness.
Madness in Group B. Group B is the one to watch, I'd say, out of the groups. Not that you shouldn't watch the other groups. We need the views.
Well, not really.
We don't need the views.
We're not getting paid for this.
We're not getting paid for this.
Watch it or don't watch it.
Red themed big one. They're always colour matching so far, which is a very interesting thing that they've colour matched for each of the Zook in a China shop events that we had. The big one, pretty strong, slower and steadier, but if it doesn't fall off the table, those few seconds that tetramethylbutane might have lost might be enough for the big one to make up the ground, and it's getting pins at a consistent rate. I wouldn't have gone to those ones at far end. They can only pick up a few. There's a whole patch there, and it fell off the table again. That is, I actually don't know why it fell off the table there. It looked like it was heading dead off the end.
Yeah, I think it was struggling to make its mind up whether to go left or right, and that hesitation just killed it.
Choice paralysis is truly a killer in this game. The big one, 157. Again, not a bad score. Not enough.
2-0 to Team JB. Looking very good at the moment. Can a fine day get something out of this match? Zook Tag is the next event, and we've got Bandsaw for Team JB.
My favourite word to say, bandsaw. I love it. I can see it doing rather well. Inky Dinky though, an expert in this field.
Yeah, the current world record holder on, I say world record, the world championship record.
And Inky Dinky is doing, has not actually taken as much. Bandsaw does an incredible maneuver of taking out Inky Dinky and flipping them early on. Probably noting that the longer they left them, the more damage they would cause. This has gone horribly for Inky Dinky, probably overconfident. Bandsaw played the smarter game. And that's paying off here. Inky Dinky just kind of floundering towards some of them. It's not fast enough upside down. It's not designed for that, frankly.
No, I mean, it's kind of like shuffling on his knees, but come on, you've got it. I mean, that's not going to get any points, is it?
No one's ever won like a tag contest or even any race on their knees, as far as I know. Is that true? I'm gonna make that bold claim.
I don't know. I can't. I just don't have the expertise, I'm afraid.
Where's our fact checking? Bandsaw has, oh my god, that's astronomical. 24. 24. I don't think I've ever seen a Zook tag score that high.
It's an incredible score. It is a new BAMZOOKi World Championship record, taking it off Inky Dinky.
Even in simulations, I don't think I've ever seen. A score that high, let alone in competitive play.
I think that score's going to stand for a very long time.
I can see it standing for a long time.
It just was perfect for Bandsaw. It was like knocking Inky Dinky over right at the start. I think sometimes you can underestimate the importance of like physical force and strength in Zook Tag. It really is an all-round game. You need everything.
And like Bandsaw was just in a perfect flow state. Look at it go around. Look at that flow as it goes from tag point to tag point.
So that's going to be 3-0 to Team JB, which is going to do wonders for it in the table. Let's have a look at this. Team JB, 5 points. Looking very good. Looking like they're favourites to go through to the knockouts.
I think they have to go through to the knockouts based on this. They're in a very good position regardless.
Yeah, I can't work it out, but they're doing all right.
Yes.
Apex Industries have pulled themselves up into 2nd place. Mad Gills and A Fine Day, they're both still in it, but you know they've got work to do.
We'll have to see how it plays out in the final round of Group B matches.
See you next time.
See you next time.